Welcome to Controllership 2027 Predictions Panel, a roundtable brought to you by the Controllers Council. My name is Neil Brown, Executive Director of the Controllers Council. And before I introduce our expert panelists and our partner sponsor, let me share some brief housekeeping items. We'll have a Q&A at the end of the presentation, so please use your GoToWebinar control panel to ask our experts questions. Next, this webinar is CPE eligible with 4 polling questions. So please answer 3 out of 4 polls for CPE or to benchmark your peers. Please allow at least up to 1 week for the CPE certificates. Finally, in regard to CPE, you'll receive a brief survey directly after the webcast today, so please complete. You will receive a link to this webcast via email in the next 24 hours, so no need for notes or screenshots. Now a word about our partner and sponsor. BILL, New York Stock Exchange, BILL, is a leading financial operations platform for small and mid-sized businesses. BILL automates the future of finance so businesses can thrive. BILL's integrated platform helps businesses to more efficiently control payables, receivables, spend and expense management. Hundreds of thousands of businesses rely on BILL's proprietary member network of millions to pay or get paid faster. Headquartered in San Jose, California, BILL is a trusted partner of leading U.S. financial institutions, accounting firms, and accounting software providers. For more information, visit bill.com. So with that, I'm very pleased to introduce our expert panelists, a veritable dream team. Brenna Albert is VP Global Controller of Medline Industries, a global medical supply company, manufacturer and distributor with over 335,000 products, 38,000 employees, and operating in approximately 110 countries. Prior roles included EVP Corporate Controller, Treasury, and Tax at Cresco Labs, Corporate Accounting, Technical Accounting, and SEC Reporting at Cushman & Wakefield, Lexmark, and Eastman Chemical, an accounting instructor and a high school math teacher. Wow, that's a background. Brenna earned an MBA from the University of Chicago Booth School of Business and a master's in accountancy from East Tennessee State University and a BA and BS mathematics from the University of Southern California. And she is a CPA as well, I believe, in the state of Tennessee. Brenna was the Controllers Council 2021 National Controller of the Year. Next, Gregg D'Eon is Senior Director and Corporate Controller at DraftKings, based in Boston, with more than 4,000 employees. During his 8-year tenure at DraftKings, he served as Assistant Controller and Director of Accounting as well. Prior roles included accounting and audit at Mitsubishi Financial Group. Gregg started in public accounting at Deloitte and followed by a stint at E&Y, both roles in audit. Gregg earned a Master of Science in Accounting and a Bachelor of Accounting from the University of Connecticut, and he is a CPA as well. Gregg is also a winner of the Controllers Council Controller of the Year, and this was for 2023, two National Controllers of the Year on our webcast today. So welcome, Brenna and Gregg, and we will go on to video.
Thank you, Neil. It's great to be here.
Excelente. Thank you. So before we get started with our panel, could you tell us a little bit about, each tell us a little bit about your finance and accounting order department and maybe something interesting about your background. Brenna, do you want to start?
Yeah, sure, I can start. So I think you did a great job describing Medline, a global manufacturer distributor of medical surgical products. And I started this company a little over 1.5 years ago to be the first global controller, so overseeing all the global accounting and financial reporting, and most recently internal controls as we continue to mature as an organization. And something interesting about my background, I feel like you covered that with my background originally starting as a high school math teacher. So my grad degrees or an education in math. So a little bit of a non-traditional path to get to where I am.
Yeah, you bet. Greg, how about yourself?
Yeah, I can just sort of, for those who don't know DraftKings, we're a leading sports betting app and daily fantasy sports app for players to be able to compete with each other and compete against the house as well. I've been at DraftKings actually, for 8 years prior to us going public, so I was a big part of going through that transition from private to public. When I first started, we were at like 300 million in revenue, and now we're closer to 3 to 4 billion of that. So it's been quite a ride, and it's really great to be here. Thanks.
Oh, wow, thank you. All right, well, let's get to our predictions panel. Lightning round of questions that will be around 3 different topics. The first, recruiting and retaining corporate finance and accounting talent amidst CPA and accounting shortages. Second, adapting to challenging business, economic, and political environments. And third, what new skills and technologies will support controllers and their staffs in the future. So before we get to that, we're going to do our first poll. Let me cue that up. All right, my company is experiencing shortages of CPAs and/or finance accounting staff. So please take a few seconds. This is easy multiple choice. Please take a few seconds to answer. Whether you're seeking CP or just benchmarking, be interesting to see these results. So we'll give you a few more seconds to answer the poll. And it looks like voting is slowing down, so I'm going to close and share results of strongly agree, 13%, maximum 47% agree, 29% disagree, and 7% strongly disagree. So I would say a majority either agree or strongly agree. So we're not going to analyze those results because our first question for our panel is the very same question. So under this topic, is your company experiencing shortages of CPAs or F&A staff? Greg, why don't we start with you?
Yeah, mostly is not so much, but where we have seen challenges is recruiting qualified individuals for higher for larger roles within the organization. It's been quite difficult to find good people.
Got it. All right, Brenna, how about yourself?
Yeah, it's an interesting situation for us because my team has grown significantly since I started, as we're building out a lot of different processes and departments. And I have a lot of history of hiring people. Similar to Greg, I also did the hypergrowth startup, public company journey, and then the private equity sponsored IPO journey before that. So I have a lot of experience in hiring. I've hired many people over the years. And what I would say is, based on my particular company's place, it's a super interesting time for us because we are, private equity sponsored now after being family owned for decades, and the department is growing and the company is doing well. So I would say, it does take quite a bit of time to recruit certain roles. I would say particularly senior accountants in certain departments. So those technical areas, so, external reporting, technical accounting, those seem to be challenging. I would say I've been very fortunate in bringing in more senior folks, so seasoned directors, who are experts in certain areas. I've had quite a bit of good fortune there, just finding fantastic people to join the team. But I would say overall, our organization really struggles, I think, with the senior financial analysts outside of my department, and then within my team, it's really that senior level that seems to be a challenge. So we do find folks for those roles. It